Hey everyone, Minleaf here, YouTube's most skill issue gamer, coming at you with a showcase of how I cleared the what the Firelight Casts rerun stages. So this episode will be around the normal stages, and then there will be another episode around the EX stages. So normal stages are super easy. Let's begin with FC-1 Flight and Pursuit. This is the team we're going to be using. Fang, Norcorn, 12F, Steward, Hibiscus, Ansel, and Cruz. You can of course bring in other ground units or other DPS. Actually, I realized I didn't even need to use my second medic. Anyway, I'm gonna deploy Fang here. And then I'm gonna deploy Cruz. There's no need to worry about the order of deployment for this stage because the reeds will give you camouflage, yeah, so the reeds, these things. Okay, next will be 12F here for AoE caster. And then as soon as I have enough TP, I'm just going to throw down my Norcorn here, and Norcorn will be perfectly fine. Like I said, Fang can be substituted for another defender. Okay, and then Steward, I'm going to put him here. Facing up. And then the last unit will just be one Ansel. Oh no, on this tile, facing up. My mouse just went crazy. Anyway, yeah, this stage is actually super easy. Later on, you might think that there's a lot of enemies on the lower lane here and they might leak, but thankfully because of the Mire, which by the way, what does Mire do? Mire reduces attack speed of operators and reduces attack speed and movement speed of enemies within, so your operators will have enough time to gun down all these enemies. Also, there appears to be 4, but actually they'll split into 2 and 2, so it's perfectly fine as well. See, it looks like they might leak, but amazingly enough, it actually won't leak at all. I'm surprised. I was surprised too when I first saw this. And yeah, that's FC-1, super easy.
I was very impressed by everyone's performance. It was fantastic.
Alright, moving on to FC-2, Unlucky Reunion. This is the map we're going to be fighting on. We have to defend two objective points. This is the team we're going to be using, super easy. Fang, Paprika, Cruz, Norcorn, Midnight, Ansel, and Hibiscus. Now I'm just going through getting all the minimum, like the actual minimum number of operators needed. Anyway, this is Fang, deploy on this spot. Then deploy Cruz, facing right. Of course, I mean, if you want, you can also bring in other extra DPS, like a caster here. Later I'll show you what I mean. Okay, now deploy Paprika on this tile. Deploy Midnight on this tile. Deploy Norcorn on this tile.
Here I come.
So what will happen is that all those enemies, these purple enemies, will all go down here, and all the gloom pincers that spawn will go up here. There will be gloom pincers spawning here, but they won't go down here. They will actually continue to go up. Okay, anyway, one medic here facing up, one medic here facing right, and that's basically the team. What will happen is that we need to use Midnight's skill whenever it's available to make sure all these gloom pincers don't build up and don't leak. So there's 5 block here. Norcorn will block 3, Midnight will block 2, which is actually more than enough. These gloom pincers definitely seem to be a lot weaker to arts damage. So as see, the gloom pincers will spawn, but the line indicates they will go up instead of going here. So just a bit of unique, I guess, enemy spawning for some reason. Yeah, so the gloom pincers will start to build up here. Probably recommended you have maybe an AoE caster. An AoE caster here would be nice, actually. Would probably be very good. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that Midnight has this talent, which is pretty good. Okay, it's gonna... With any luck, there shouldn't be any leaking.
What's up?
And there you go. Again, you can always just place in maybe a caster here on this tile facing right, or caster here facing up, just to be extra safe. But if not, it shouldn't leak most of the time. I mean, come on now, we have so many other operators we can use. Okay, that was basically FC-2. Super easy as well. Thanks, Norcorn. Alright guys, time for FC-3 Burn the Haystacks, also very easy map. The team I'm going to use is Fang, Vanilla, Paprika, Midnight, Cruz, Ansel, Malantha, Beagle, and Lava. Also very straightforward map, it's just that now they introduce annoying enemies were ranged. Okay, so first the enemies will spawn here, and they are all the invisible enemies. I'm going to deploy Fang and I'm going to deploy Vanilla because I need the DP early on. Okay, then I'm going to prepare to deploy Midnight on this tile facing right. Activate Vanilla's skill so that she will chop down these enemies, chop chop. Okay, now once I have enough DP, Lava here.
Come on.
Okay, before Vanilla dies, retreat her to recover DP. Okay, now that I have enough DP, I'm going to retreat Fang and then throw in Papuka. In the meantime, I'm going to deploy Cruz here, facing up. Cruz and Lava can swap places, but I think Lava here is much better because Midnight will be blocking the enemy. Okay, just get on, enough DP. Okay, finally, as soon as you have enough DP, I mean, Paprika should survive. She has a lot of health. I'm just gonna deploy my Ansel here. Then last but not least, actually not yet, deploy Malantha on this tile facing right. Malantha will kill all of these annoying grenade enemies on top, and then Beagle here on this tile. And then as soon as you see incoming waves of enemies, just activate Paprika's skill. Super easy, like I said. Paprika is more than enough to take care of these enemies. Of course, if you're worried about leaking, just deploy one extra Vanguard here. Or you can deploy a DPS on this tile facing left. This one should have no problem. These ugly, annoying sword enemies coming in, they'll be perfectly fine. You shouldn't have any problem. And then all these enemies up here, the grenade enemies also get wrecked by Malantha. Malantha alone has 894 attack, so she's pretty good. Okay, just activate everyone's skill to speed things up. Come on, last enemy. Okay, wonderful. And that's it for FC-3. Burn the Haystacks. Super easy as well. All the stages are really easy. Okay, time for FC-4 Scorching Dream. This stage is a little bit tricky because now they introduce this enemy, the Swamp Rover, who will immune to the effects of the Maya and reveals camouflage and invisible allied units within range. But you can just completely shut down the stage with Core Operator Moina. Just borrow him from the support unit. Don't forget that in order to access an E2 Moina, make sure you have your own E2 unit. So I won't be using Myrtle, but Myrtle is just there. Okay, just to be fair, this is how you can get a support unit. At E2, I'm just going to borrow someone else's Moina. Using my own Myrtle, again, I won't use Myrtle, but remember, you need an E2 unit of your own to borrow an E2 unit. Okay, what needs to be done? Simple. I'm just going to deploy my operators here first. My Vanguards, so that they can start generating as much GP as possible.
Everyone, follow me.
And deploy my medic first.
Please hold on.
And then I'm going to deploy one more medic here, facing to the left. Okay, now it's time to deploy Moina. Because now the Swamp Rover is going to come out. And the Swamp Rover is super annoying. Okay, I got DP from Fang. I'm going to retreat. I'm going to put in my tankiest defender, which would be Beagle. 636 defense, very good. Unfortunately, nowhere near as good as Korra though. Okay, get some more DP. Retreat. Now I'm going to deploy my Hibiscus over here, facing down. Okay, as soon as this Swamp Rover is in Moina's range, just gonna activate the skill. Okay, I'm gonna also deploy Steward down on this tile, facing the right. And then just in case to catch leaks, I will deploy my last defender here, so Cardigan. I can't believe Cardigan is just really that less tanky compared to Beagle. Beagle is 636, but then again Cardigan has a lot of more HP, so that evens things out. Anyway, now that Moina's off skill, I need to activate my other operator skill to make sure they can hold on. In case someone starts leaking, just deploy Vanilla or Fang. Again, we deploy them to defend. Okay, they're dealing a lot of damage to... Okay, Moina is almost ready. Okay, he's ready. Just swing. Moina truly is a delete button, isn't he? He's the best delete button I've ever seen in this game. Anyway, these annoying enemies will slowly come over, but it will take some time. Okay, in the meantime, activate Lava skill again. Sort of cycling between Lava and Moina. And Stewart's also dealing some good damage. Okay. And then just activate Moina and then finish them off. And then that's basically it. This stage is also super simple with a golden delete button. Alright everybody, time for FC-5 Hymn of Blessing, which is this stage right here. As you can see, this is a very expansive stage, good place for Moina, which is exactly who we are going to be using. There you go. So, the rest of the operators, Beagle, Cardigan, Vanilla and Fang, Ansel, Hibiscus, Lava, Midnight and Myrtle. Myrtle again will not be used, only used to select Moina. Okay, first things first, I'm just going to deploy my 2 Vanguards to begin generating DP. Then I'm going to deploy my Hibiscus here on this tile. Then I'm going to deploy Moina here, facing to the right. Activate her skill, and then as soon as Fang's given you DP, I'm going to deploy Beagle instead. Deploy my Ansel here. Retreat Vanilla, because I no longer need Vanilla. And then deploy Midnight here to DPS down these enemies. Don't use Moina's skill yet. I'm not going to use it. Moina's skill is only mainly used for the final wave, because the final wave is seriously brutal. A lot of enemies. Okay, what can be done to help alleviate the stress down here is to deploy one more defender here. And then deploy the AoE caster, which is in my case Lava here. Okay, activate Midnight skills. Still holding on to Moina's skill. Oh. Okay. My Beagle died. Okay, Moina's skill is almost actually, Moina's skill is ready now. All these enemies coming out, that means it's time to activate Moina's skill, because this is the big wave at the end. Some of our operators might die because of the explosion, but that shouldn't happen too much. Okay, see? And the Moina just erases all the enemies. The game stops being funny whenever Moina does that. Okay, the rest of the enemies here are... I think one will leak. Yes, one will leak here. Just use Cardigan still to recover HP. And then just use Lava to continue DPS down. DPS. Activate your medics if you need to, which you probably need to because the burn damage will trigger. If you have a wandering medic, obviously things will be much easier, but I'm not going to use Air Altar yet. Air Altar will come in very, very soon. And that's basically it for FC-5 Hymn of Blessing. Alright, time to clear FC-6, known by none. On this stage is actually a medal where you have to make sure at the end of the stage there are no ignited reeds. So that's actually quite simple to do, and it's the team I'm going to be using: Perfumer, Korra, Bubble, Gummy, Beagle, Moina, Myrtle, Courier, Scavenger, Gravel, Ethan, and Jaye. And I'm just going to bring in any random tanky defender, like say Mudrock. The point is that I have so many of these fast redeploys and also Ethans and Ambusher, because I want to deploy them down to extinguish the flames. That's all they're going to be used for. I guess Ethan could be quite good because he has bind. Okay, so first things first, start to deploy Flight by Vanguard Myrtle, and then deploy two Vanguards. Okay, and then I'm going to deploy my Moina right now.
Do I need to repeat myself on the battlefield?
Deploy my perfumer as well. Oh, perfumer, there we go.
I won't be afraid.
Start gaining DP.
Are we doing this? You get
Now,
no
what is the
sympathy.
timing to activate Moina's skill? Not yet. But first, deploy defenders. Deploy bubble here. Okay, as soon as this guy is going to be... We'll activate Moina's skill when this tanky guy gets blocked by a bubble. Okay, now, you saw his animation. He's swinging a bubble. So it means he's blocked by a bubble. Okay, I'm gonna drop Ethan here as my ambusher. I'm gonna retreat Myrtle because I don't need her anymore. I'm just going to deploy Mudrock here once the... Again, you can just bring in any tanky operator. Okay, Mudrock here.
Are we doing? You get no sympathy.
Just to slowly extinguish the flame. Okay, Ethan is done. I don't need him anymore. Okay, retreat the two Pioneer Vanguards. I'm gonna deploy my Gummy there, as well as Beagle here. Of course, just replace Beagle if you have any better defenders. Is the flame been extinguished? Yes, the flame has been extinguished. I can retreat now to deploy. Okay, wait for this guy to walk past first. Okay, what's it called? Moina's also ready. Just activate his skill. I'm gonna deploy my gravel here. So you notice that these big shield guards, what happens is that slowly they will make a few, they will travel vertically first, and then once that's over, they will then head towards your exit, your blue boxes. So not too difficult, honestly, this stage. If you're someone like Moina's like lane wide defense, it's amazing. Like really, he can just block, he can just protect all the lanes. Okay, just waiting for... Now we're just waiting for Moina's skill. Activate your defender skill if necessary to block. Okay, Moina's skill is done now. And don't worry if an enemy ends up in the middle here, because the hitbox counts as... I think the hitbox has been split between these two, so Moina will be able to hit this enemy. Okay. Last enemy right here. This last enemy will be... no, Jai cannot block. Yeah, this last enemy will be killed slowly. I mean, if you want to speed things up, you can change it to your offensive vanguard like Texas... Oh, not Texas. Yeah, maybe Texas, Scavenger. Zima. If you have Zima, even better. Like I said, if you're stronger vanguard... Of course, if you're stronger units, please always use your stronger units. And that's it. Super simple. And you got the medal as well. So that's it for FC-6. Alright, time for FC-7, Spark of the Soul. There's going to be a mini boss here on this stage, which is this guy, not this guy, the Brigadier. But the Brigadier is honestly the same as the Dublin Spec Opsy. Ignite reads upon passing by them, and then after several attacks will unleash 5 consecutive slashes. Same thing, it's just that the Brigadier will have better stats. Anyway, this is the team I was able to use, which is Flag Bearer Vanguard, Myrtle, Korra, Bubble, Perfumer or AoE Medic. Lapland and Midnight basically can be changed into any two ranged guards, so I guess if you have Thorns for Midnight it's better, but Lapland is fine, Arene is fine, Gavial is actually not used at all. But of course, if you are afraid or you're worried, you can just bring in Gavial. Gitano's also not used. If you're really afraid about healing, you can swap one of these defenders into medic defenders, or just use on the stalling method. But if not, and also Moina, don't forget Moina, because Moina will be used to kill off the elite enemies, which is the normal one and then the mini boss. Okay, Myrtle on this tile.
What kind of battle will it end up being? I wonder.
I'm gonna begin deploying my ranged guards. Midnight as well.
I've arrived.
Myrtle will actually be able to kill one of these enemies. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I mean, you can deploy the AoE guard either on this tile or on this tile. Just remember to face them in direction so they cover this whole area. Okay, Myrtle's ready. Time to deploy Moina. And I'm just gonna save DP to get my defenders up and running. So Bubble first. And now soon will be Korra. Okay, good. It's just nice though. It's kind of funny how just nice Moina can cover all 5 tiles here. But we don't need to. So when you might be wondering when is the first timing for Moina's skill? Very soon, very soon. Okay, I'm not gonna use my Lord Guard's skills, not gonna use Midnight skill. Lapland's skill is auto trigger, so I can't do anything about it. At this point, I'm gonna retreat Myrtle, no need for her. Okay, these big tanky enemies as well as this annoying Dublin Spec Ops. The timing to activate Moina's skill is as soon as all 3 of them stop and then just use Moina's skill. The most important thing is to kill off this guy. It doesn't matter if this guy will keep respawning, it's fine. You can probably even activate Moina's skill a bit earlier, so that they'll be off cooldown sooner. But it's okay, this timing works too. Okay, I'm gonna activate Midnight skill so you can DPS down this annoying guard. Annoying tanky guy. Okay, the Brigadier, the mini-boss has spawned. Not gonna be able to... Moina won't be able to cycle his skill in time, so we're gonna wait for him to appear here. Okay, I'm gonna... The healing pressure might be a bit high, so I'm gonna use Perfumer. And I might have to use Korra's skill soon. Okay, don't use Moina's skill, remember? Moina's skill must be safe to kill off the Brigadier, because this guy is really tanky. I don't know why. Yeah, his defense I don't think is super high, but it's his stats. Okay, as soon as these enemies begin approaching, I'm gonna activate Korra's skill, activate Bubble's skill as well, and then as soon as this guy enters Moina's range, I will activate. How do we know how though when he's in Moina's range? Simple, when the tile is on fire, because remember these guys will light up the tiles, will set the tiles on fire, and then if it's not in, that means if it's in range, the bush will light up. Okay, this enemy is left. Looks like this enemy leaked, but it's perfectly fine. What I can do is simply get ready to redeploy Moina facing this direction. But because Lapland has quite a bit of damage, she might be able to do it in time.
Yes?
Oh. Okay, Lapland died, probably because of the fire. Yeah, so right now we just have to wait. Hold on a bit with Bubble and also Perfumer. Just need to buy Moina enough time. Okay, wait for Moina, just be a bit patient. Okay, Moina on this tile. Of course, if you're worried about leaking because your bubble dies, just bring in extra defenders, that's all it takes. Okay, as soon as Moina is ready, just activate, because this thing is very weak now. And if you're worried about it leaking, or I should say reviving, just redeploy your Lord Guard like what I did, or deploy, okay, I said bring in other units, bring in Gravel for example. Gravel's a 4-star and she can double hit. Okay, that was it for FC-7 Spark of the Soul, very simple as well. Alright guys, time to finish up the last stage of What the Firelight Casts on the normal difficulty. FC-8, Her Shadow. This is the team I'm going to be using. I finally decided to bust out my good old, Ayard altar. If you have a stronger, just use the strongest possible One Ring Medic gear you have. Maybe I should do that, but maybe I should do that as proof. Yeah, so for example, you have, let's see, where's the One Ring Medic? One Ring Medic like Mulberry, Honeyberry. I feel like Chestnut might be a bit too weak. But anyway, this is the team I'm going to be using, which is Myrtle, Paprika, Hibiscus, Cruz, Moina, Aya Altar, Sasuro, Cutter or any strong lane holder, Sasuro or any strong medic, Amiya or any strong arts resist. Maybe Amiya, maybe Baseline, where's he at? Baseline if you have built him. The Guardian Defenders or any of the Arts Defenders. For example, Aesthesia works too, but she only has 10 rest. Amiya has 20 rest, Serta has 15. So Amiya maybe. Amiya is good, and besides, everyone should have Amiya at this point. Or the Guardmia. But again, any sort of... Maybe you also have Nightingale. You can use Nightingale instead of Sasuro, put her here as well. Anyway, time to show off how I do it. First things first, Myrtle. Myrtle for DP. Cruz, facing up. DP as soon as possible. And then one of my medics here, the weaker medics here please. Save your strongest medic for over here. Okay, enough DP, deploy Paprika, and then these few will be able to hold the left hand side perfectly. Okay, now next I'm going to deploy air altar on this tile facing left to cover everyone here. Okay, Myrtle. And after this, I'm going to retreat Myrtle. No need Myrtle anymore. Deploy Cutter. Deploy Sasuro here. And now I'm going to wait for enough DP to deploy Moina. Okay, Moina on this tile.
Do I need to repeat myself on the battlefield?
Moina needs to be deployed relatively early because Moina is not only used to defeat the boss but also used to defeat all these annoying difficult enemies. Okay, should have enough DP for my Amiya. Amiya's purpose is to basically... Okay, hold on, slow things down a bit. Activate Moina's skill here, activate Cutter's skill as well. Amiya, Guardmia, or your strongest like arts resistance character should be here. Block them here so that they'll be in range of Air Altar and also Sasuro to heal. Amiya is basically going to be used to basically stall out Eblana, the leader. That's the boss, but the real name is Eblana. I don't know why they decided to just go with the leader. Maybe there's some reason for it. Anyway, like as you can see on the left side, Papuka, Cruz, and Hibiscus are more than enough. Also, by the way, there is a medal on this stage is to do not deploy your operators more than 3 times on the mire. That means these mud house, disgusting mud house. And as you can see, my deployment works. I mean, all my operators will be in the bushes or they will be on high ground, so they won't be deployed in the mud at all. So it's perfectly safe. You can follow this deployment exactly. Okay, at this point, it's time to... Eblana's shield is very thick, honestly. That shield is seriously super thick. Okay, anyway, but Moina and Amiya will have taken her out. Okay, now she's going to ignite all the reeds, which is fine. Because, again, don't worry about the left hand side. Again, left hand side, don't worry about it. It will be perfectly fine. See, they're extinguishing the flames on their own. The right hand side also don't worry about it because AR Altar or again your strongest Wandering Medic should be more than enough. But man, AR Altar is seriously broken. Anyway, just don't have to rush to use their skills because we're just going to let all these enemies die. Anyway, in case you haven't noticed, all the enemies that spawn from this box will go to this one here on the left side. All the enemies that spawn from this box will go to the right side. Only Eblana is the one that spawns and goes down, circles here, and then will head to this box right here. This on the right side, the blue box on this side. And of course you saw that at the very beginning there was a Swarm Rover just rotating, just spinning there. Anyway, like I said, there's no rush for this stage. Just let the enemies slowly come to you, you kill them, and then at the end you can just use both Amiya, Guardmia, and Moina to kill off Eblana. If you have any other true damage, maybe you have NTR Knight, maybe you have Calcid and Monster, you can use them as well. Those work just fine. Okay, this is already the last stage, so I'm going to wait for Eblana's ability. Okay, also in case this is the first time some of you may have encountered the leader slash Eblana. Okay, first and foremost, you can saw that she's able to absorb her enemy. She kills her own minions, absorbs their life, and then she gains a very, very thick shield. Secondly, she can... all of the enemies that while she is alive, when they die, they will drop the seed, or the stupid little... yeah, the seed. And then after a while, they will revive if the seed is not destroyed as one of these enemies. Also, as you can see, another skill of hers is that she can use her arts and ability to disarm your operator so they can't heal. But they can still block, but they cannot heal. And at the end, it will explode and deal cross damage. Okay, done. Just activate the skill. Yeah, so Eblana is not too difficult of a boss. You just have to know her mechanics. And also, as you saw, she at the beginning of phase 2, she will light up the entire field. Yeah. Anyway, that was FC-8. Maybe I wasn't explaining too clearly. Let's go through Eblana's skills again. See? Okay, the one I said earlier, when she is alive, all of the enemies... actually, it's not sub. All of the enemies will have a little purple flame above their head. When they die, they will become embers. These things, where are they at? Okay, the like little seeds. I don't know why the seeds are not counted separately, but they become these annoying little seeds. And then after a while, the seeds will revive. Okay, so in the first form, you saw her disarm ability. She will only target one enemy, one of your operators, and then give and take, which is the one where, you know, she will absorb she will kill off her own allies and then absorb, turn it into a shield. The next one, she will gain in her phase 2, she will gain extra attack. As you saw, she will ignite all the reeds on the field. Her melee attacks will deal damage based on double the attack that she gained, which is quite painful. This is why I recommend you have a very strong arts rest. Yeah, because see, she does melee and ranged arts damage. And also this one, both ranged attacks and sovereign can choose an additional target. Yeah, so that's why she was able to inflict sovereign on one extra enemy. Okay, but that's it for FC-8. If you have, again, Moina is a very good choice here because of how much damage. Ablana has very weak physical defense, but if you have true damage, like say Monster and Arknight, use them. They're much better. Anyway, that's it for FC-8, and that's it for all of the normal stages of What the Firelight Casts. See you guys for the EX stages.